Hi guys, welcome to the barn. It's New Year's Eve and another 12 days of Christmas woodworking tip. Tip 1, folding a bandsaw blade. It's actually easy with a bigger one. Tip 2, get yourself a little magnetic light for bandsaw work. This is a Ulanzi video light. It's quite cheap and it's superb, lighting up the bandsaw. So it's the last day of the year and I thought I'd share a couple of tips that have been passed on to me during my career as a woodworker. And the first one is actually the most important tip I've probably ever received. And it was by the guy who was my mentor at the time when I served my apprenticeship. And he told me this when I asked him how you make something elaborate. And I think at the time I was making a bar and a counter behind the bar. And his tip was, you can only ever make 3 things in woodworking. You can make a panel, you can make a box, and you can make a frame. And it's a great way to break projects down. Certainly a good tip for beginners. I also think it's a great tip for more experienced woodworkers. When you get a little bit too close to your project, it's a great way to break it down into parts. So let's say, for example, this bench that I'm sat on. The subtop is a frame, the top is a panel, the front is a frame. Underneath we've got 3 more frames which are then clad with melamine and turned into a box. When you look at projects that way, it's easy to break them down and say, right, okay, this is what I'm going to concentrate on either today or at this moment. I'm going to make that panel, I'm going to make this frame, I'm going to make that box. And once I've made that box, I can screw it to that frame. And once I've made that frame, I can screw that panel onto it. And eventually I have a full functioning project. Fantastic piece of advice I was given in somewhere around about 85, 86 as an apprentice joiner. And the second tip, which is my tip, is keep practicing different forms of woodworking. This little charcuterie board I've made here is the first charcuterie board I've ever made. And it's not perfect, but actually in the 30 minutes it took me to make this charcuterie board, I've learned quite a lot. I made the top too big, I made the shoulders too curved, and I couldn't get my sander in probably to do that. And probably in essence it's probably a little bit too small, but it's ideal for my little brandy and a little bit of Comté cheese. So that's it guys from me this year, but I will see you again next year, in other words tomorrow, with another woodworking tip. But for now I'm going to drink to your good health, wishing you an happy new year, happiness, prosperity and health. Happy New Year guys. See you tomorrow.